well, mate.
Well, hello, Keith. We're in the inner sanctum of the joint coaches room here again. So, yeah, it's quite an interesting room with all the mud and everything still around from the 2 weeks ago, I think, Keith. But anyway,
Juniors last weekend.
oh, is that what it is? Big weekend of footy, mate. You know, we've just come off, we both went to the Warragul-Bairnsdale game, and unfortunately for the Warragul Gazette, Warragul weren't that great, and Bairnsdale were very good.
Yeah, well, they were pretty good. I think they've still got a fair bit of improvement to do to really challenge the top sides. But certainly far too good for Warragul that were, you know, really disappointing last week in front of the home crowd with a lot to play for. Yeah, kept in the game a little bit early, got away to a 3-goal break early, or a couple of goal break. Bairnsdale just didn't convert in the first 10 minutes, but after that, you know, Bairnsdale well in control.
Yeah, and they did their homework. They tagged 2 of the better players. Ashwood, Baden Ashwood, I think his name is. He was on Mark Collison and wore him like a glove. And then Clinton Rowe had the other fella, I'm trying to think of his name actually, but Jack. But anyway, he did a great job. But young Chris Carey, he did all right. 4 goals, rucked.
Yeah, no, I thought he stood up fantastically for Warragul. He's only 18, and Mac Ray going off injured in the second quarter, and I just thought Saturday was the time that Chris Carey actually became a senior footballer, and you know, it was just whatever that means. I understand it, but I thought instead of being, yeah, you know, he's a young guy who's got a fair bit of potential, he's got a fair bit of size, but I thought he stood up terrifically.
And realised his potential, yeah. Down forward, kicked goals, then he had to go in there, he was really good.
There's a bloke, Jay Gibbs, played for Bairnsdale, he went everywhere, finished up kicking 7 goals, and Warwick just didn't have any idea what to do with him, I don't think.
Yeah, well, he gave up his job as a real estate agent, he's out labouring, lost 10 kilos, and he's a young whippet now. Anyway, the next game, Leongatha Maui, now, you know, that was a damn close game. At three-quarter time, only 5 points in it, and in the end, only, a 12-point win to Leongatha, which would have shocked Leongatha, but Maui nearly won their first game.
Yeah, well, Maui were in front at half-time, and not a bad lead, it was, I think, 10 points or something of that nature, but just couldn't hang on. They've had 2 games where they've gone very, very close to snatching a win. I think they go to Bairnsdale this week, so a bit of a chance there too. Be nice to see them get a win, and yeah, be fine.
We go on to the next one. One thing, Mafra. That's you know, Mafra after defeating Sale, going over there. One thing he's given it to him.
Well, won pretty well, and they kept Darren shooting goals. The Mafra full forward who's been pretty productive all year, and he was kept goals, and it showed. Daniel Bedgood chipped in and got 3 again, but they've been up and down, Mafra. And Warren Thaggy, very nicely, thank you. We're 6-2. They've got Drew next week, could very well get to halfway 7-2. We're coasting on very good, and I think the other side's Morwell, Sale, Terrell and Mafra get a bit of the glamour, but they've snuck up pretty well, and won't surprise me if they're around about the mark on the Sunday grand final. Yeah,
I think you could be right there. And then the other, we've got one there, Sale drawn, but Unfortunately for June, they took the long trip up to Sale and it wasn't very productive. Sale were very clinical after half time and just showed why they're one of the top two sides.
Yeah, well, I don't think the long trip had a great effect. I think Druid had won 3 of the last 5 at Sale, so they can handle the trip if the side's good enough. They just didn't have a good enough side. They told me they put up a really good effort in the first half, but you know, Sale just too much.
And then the big blockbuster yesterday, Keith. They came from everywhere. The weather was right. Tarogan hosted Morwell. The big Fed was there. He put on the show, but huge gate. It was over $15,000 gate, and the weather was kind to Tarogan, and it was a very good, hard, entertaining game.
Well, the big thing of the day, you had a lot of razzmatazz, you had a lot of interest from the public, and the crowd was probably 3,000 plus when you take in anybody. A terrific environment. The crowd was fantastic, and one thing I do love about Gippsland footy, they go and enjoy their footy. There's no scuffle, blues or anything off the field, and it was just a terrific environment. But the big thing was the match, and a great win for Morwell. And if people had any doubts about just how good they are, yeah, they're a good side. Well, they're a premiership side. There's other good sides too, but very good, and were challenged quite a few times on Monday, answered those challenges. I think we've said all year they're well drilled, they know what to do when they're under pressure, and did that very well. They didn't have blokes who dominated the game or stood out. They just did it as a team, and a really great effort. Yeah, we had the fifth show. There was Nick Stevens playing for Tarogan, who was very good around the midfield, just with his strength and his knowledge.
He's been in a good paddock, but his hands are good, and he without the neck brace, and he went very well, Keith.
Yeah, and I just actually watched him pretty closely at ball-ups and how just at that last minute he nudged the bloke who was really looking in closely, just nudged him out of the way so he could get a clear path to where he wanted to go, and hopefully the Morwell midfielders learned from that, and anybody from other clubs who were there, and I think just about every club in the league was represented there yesterday, but that was good. But great credit to Morwell. I thought they were terrific. 7 kicks, 6 goals, 1. Yeah, Eric played sore. He had a big game on the Saturday as well, but he didn't let anyone down, certainly not the club or the spectators.
He took the one-handed, kicked the goal from about 50 out, just outside the 50-metre line. He in front of the Tarogan deck. It got everyone going. After the game, he was there 15 minutes signing autographs for kids, so he did a very good job. Well done, Fev.
No, he did. And I think probably for a guy who's been right up there at the big highs on massive money, playing AFL and then having a big fall from grace, these things could be very humbling experiences for him, but he seems to be handling it really well. And I think he's probably appreciating what country footy's about and the spirit that's involved in it, and certainly it was a credit to himself and football.
It was very, and obviously it's what people want. Queen's birthday, nice weather, and you get the Fed come down, and there's a lot of controversy about, or some controversy about this type of thing happening, but they've come out in droves, so it's obviously what the paying customer wants. But we'll get on to round 9 it is. We better get it right, the halfway mark, mate.
Yes.
A couple of clashes here. The first one, Bairnsdale versus Moe.
Well, I think it's a really pivotal round. Once you get to the end of round 9, here's the ladder position. Everybody's played everybody once, and you can really have a look as to who's going to be a finalist, who may not be. Bairnsdale versus Moe. Bairnsdale win, they stay still one game out of the 5. They even draw level with Tarogan if Tarogan get tossed at Leongatha. But yeah, better form from Bairnsdale last week at Warringah. They just need to step up a little bit more. it tipped them to beat Maui at home, but they can't afford to take anything easily, and they need to put, I think, the same intensity into the game as they did at Warragul. They were quite intense at Warragul. They made some mistakes, they had plenty of turnovers too, and all of those things, but they were very intense in their approach to the game. If they do the same, I think they'll probably get over the line.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree with you. So then we have Mafra hosting Warragul.
Yeah, again, Warragul is it's a hard side to read. I don't think they're quite there as a final side yet. They have to win this game to really have any chance of mounting a challenge in the second half of the year. They may go in without their captain Matt Gray, who rolled an ankle at the weekend. So even with him in pretty fit, it's a big ask from their record at Matra.
It's not that true.
Well, I don't think they've won there since coming back into the Gippsland League, and prior to that, when they left Gippsland Latrobe in 2000, I don't think they've won since 1997 at Matra. So
you don't think the coach's spray at the end of the game by Ash Green might have some effect on the players through the week?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it comes up, but he is. I've been sort of shuddering a bit sitting on the bench like this, listening to him.
Those piercing eyes that Ash has.
Yeah.
They go straight through you.
Yeah, well, maybe they might need to stop at them. I'll go for Ben, so I'll beat Maui. Yeah.
And Mafra to beat Warragul. Okay, then we have your team, Geelong, hosting Wonthaggi, and the ex-Geelong boy in Aaron Cook coming across back home, but in the wrong colours.
Well, he might have to drive too far to get here. He's yet to really hit the straps there. I think he's played a couple of, more than handy games, but he'll burst out at some stage. It'll probably be this week. Wonthaggi is just going along too nicely. They're looking really
good, aren't they? Strong.
And Drew and Struggy. I'm really looking forward to seeing Wonthaggi at the weekend. And don't hold much hope for upset from Drew.
Okay, we have Liam Gather hosting Terrelna.
Yeah, you'd say on form and what's been achieved this year, Terrelgan should win it. But Terrelgan are coming off only a 5-day break after what was a very demanding game on Monday. They got a couple of outs, I think. Pavol was out, and I think Stevens out. But they can come up with some others there. The way I saw Jackson Hall walking around at Terrelgan on Monday, I think he'd be pretty remote chance about making it back this week. But a big test for Terrelgan with that 5-day break, and it is season or no season for Liam Gather, and whether they can rise to that occasion, up to them.
Well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, Liam Gather, we know they've got injuries, but the thing is, they've either got to perform or their season's just about shot, because they're 3-5, they'll be 3-6, and it's pretty hard to catch that up.
Yeah, I don't. There's big percentage gaps between the top 5 and the bottom 5. Anybody at 3-6 at halfway or worse, no chance.
Okay, now we've got another big blockbuster. It's a Sunday game, which are your favourites.
Yeah,
you absolutely love Sunday games.
Yeah.
A big supporter of them. But anyway, Morwell hosting Sale. Top of the ladder clash. Sale have lost 1 and Morwell unbeaten.
Yeah, it's a big game, and speaking with Daryl Cooling there last night, he's sure all the Gippsland League board members will turn up and show their support for Sunday football and watch this game. But it really is a fantastically important game. I think we understand finishing on top of the ladder at the end of the season is a very nice entry into the finals and a shot at the premiership. If Morwell can win, they go 2 games clear, and they'll take a lot of catching to move from the #1 position, so they're massive incentive. I just think the only question about Morwell is after last weekend, after last Monday's hype, and putting in such a good effort, if they can back up again, I think they probably can. You've got a very down-to-earth coach, and yeah, it's a good side. They play as a team, and I'm actually tipping them to beat Sale. Sale have been, only lost 1 game. They've probably had 2, 3, 4, 5 missing from their best 22 every week for the season. Haven't been really settled, just got enough individual brilliance to win, but I don't think individual brilliance will win against Morwell, who I've seen 3 times this year and been very impressed with them all the time, and blokes crop up that, I apologise to them that I've never really heard or noticed them, like Ben Ainsworth, Brandon McDonald that I saw on Monday, all very good contributors to that great win, and they've got their really good, mature, competent players around them. So I'm going to go for Morwell to win this. They're coming off a 6-day break, but I think they'll handle that okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Harmit Singh, he's actually a general in the back line, and the way he's got him working at the moment, I was, listening to a couple of players being interviewed after the game, and the thing about it is very fit, very skillful. They manage to hang on to the ball, and they won't kick to a contest. They'll wait until the right option comes up, and once they get the ball in that back line, they just spread straight right across the ground, and the backman has an option, left or right, whatever, and it's a really well trained team. But Sale is also a great team, so there's some good, very good players there, and I believe there's a couple of milestones there. Kane Fraser playing his 100th. And I can't remember the other one, but there's a couple of milestones, and then Mitch Davis has been in great form. So yeah, this should be an absolute perler. I'll go for the Sale to win because just to be different to you.
Oh, well, that's right. But you spoke about Morwell's qualities they showed on Monday. The other thing that I really liked about them, they do have plans of when they're under pressure, there is somebody going to a bail-out position. And, few sides do it, but they've got it. And I actually think it really steadied Morwell late in that last quarter when Terrelgan challenged, and I think it was Ryan Tatterson took that mark about 35 metres out. He only got there because they were under pressure coming forward, and he said, right, under pressure coming forward, this is where we kick the ball to. Yeah. And he got to that position, and it sort of settled the match, and then Manning got his third to really put the... Yeah, Manning sneaked in. He's a very good goal, a very opportunist, very good opportunist, sorry. But anyway, that's round 9. So, that's it. I think that's all. We've covered everything. So, big weekend of footy we've just had, as we said, and another big weekend coming up. So, great footy, great netball in the Gippsland League, and we'll see you all there on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you very much.